All right, I had my developer onboarding me for one day, and after that, a week after, I realized that that's definitely not enough. And then I also had a call with my customer, and he was explaining that the product adoption is not in the rate that they would want it to be. And he was explaining the point that one onboarding day when he was onboarded to something new definitely was not enough. Like a few months of continuous onboarding was enough, and it was effective, and then only he was able to see the benefit of it. And so that's extremely important to understand. And I thought about this, and I think there are a few main points that must happen if you want to successfully onboard anything. If it's a new habit, if it's a product, if it's anything, these are the main steps that you'll do. So the first one is to explain what it is, why does it matter, and how it will work. So it's the sales. So you have to first sell the idea. Second is to show how it will be done and make them to take notes. Then you let them to do it, and you correct small mistakes step by step. And last step, a very important step, is to measure and let them do it by themselves. You measure if they successfully do it. You have one metric or two that you measure, and if they're not able to do it successfully, any of these steps, then you move backwards in the process. So then you go to a higher level. You explain that again. If they are not getting how it will be done and not taking notes, then you have to sell it better. So my lesson is onboarding, adapting new things take more time than you expect. But generally speaking, the steps are: you have to sell it first. What is it? What does it matter? How it will work? Then show it how it will work. They take notes. Then they will do it, and you correct their mistakes step by step. And lastly, you measure how successfully they are able to do it by themselves. And if any of these are not succeeding, you move backwards in the process. And it takes months. It doesn't take minutes or hours or days. It takes months to onboard something successfully. So generally speaking, onboarding a new product, you'll do it like once a week for 1.5 months, maybe even 2 months, depending on the person. Steps are to get someone to do something new, like build a habit, anything, onboarding. You must sell it first. What it is, why does it matter, how it will be done. Then you show how it will be done, and they take notes. And then you'll let them do it, and small step by step you correct and help with the mistakes they face. And then you let them do it by themselves, but you have to measure how successfully they are doing it. If they are not, then you move backwards, and you go through the process. So if any step is unsuccessful, then move to the previous one.